All right, all right. The synchronicities are too real, man. Okay. We're back on YouTube. This time I'm going live on Zoom because my name is Zoom. All right, 1 second, guys. Let me just edit this so you guys can comment. Save. All righty. All righty, all righty. I think this should be good. Let me just go back. Check the live chat is working. Cool. Cool, cool. Seems to be working. Cool. All right, guys. So today we're talking all about victim mentality. Okay, you might have heard this term from a lot of different sources. This is a big kind of topic in personal development. And I think it's an important one for us to discuss because there's a lot of different elements of it. Okay. And I just want to give you one key takeaway, which is this little nursery rhyme. So listen up. Okay. Hey there, Andrea. This little nursery rhyme is going to remind you to stay out of victim mentality. Okay. You can teach it to your kids too. All right. Goes like this. VICTIM. I am me because of them, a victim. A victim. Yeah, yeah. VICTIM. I am me because of them, a victim. A victim. Okay. So first and foremost, let's understand. Let's break that down. Right. I am me because of somebody else. Does that make sense to you? Okay. You're letting other people's opinions and the energy outside of you to give you a victim leverage. Okay. Now, some people are victimized, and that's horrible. But there's always a choice. In positive psychology, we call this term post-traumatic growth. After a trauma, it can either make you or break you, right? A lot of times we get stuck, we get into bad pasts, and we ruminate about the past or the future, okay, not being present. And it takes us away from actually that winning mentality or that victor mentality, okay? The victory mentality. So the victim mentality, have you ever met a homeless person, right? And they're always like complaining about, oh, the government has it out for me or something like this, right? Have you ever heard the term beggars can't be choosers, right? So this is really what it stems from is the scarcity, the lack creates a sense of urgency, right? It creates a kind of a negative fuel or an urgency. And the thing is, maybe you're not even in that victim mentality, but you've just been programmed to be there, to be in this trance. So now you have to deprogram yourself. Okay. So a lot of people, they feed off of this energy. And the way you can understand it is what lights people up. Okay. What lights people up? Does negative things light people up? Okay. That shows you that, they're more towards the victim mentality. If they are lighted up by positive things, by great things, growth through ascension, getting it, stabilizing your vibration, not just raising your vibes, okay? Energy can be observed in others as well as within yourself. When you get really good channeling as well, you know this, you see little lights, little colors, sounds, and energy flow through you as well as through others, right? You can tell when someone has a very toxic or very negative energy that really takes you away from your flow, right? It's a distraction rather than attraction. So traction or attraction, someone who's attractive, pulling it in, right, is understanding that you set out to do what you intended to do. To be distracted, it means that you got pulled away from that. You got pulled away from the mission. You got pulled away from your purpose. Okay. So sometimes you got to punch through the wall and just do it. You know what I mean? Like we have only such a limited amount of willpower throughout the day. And you got to sometimes just push through it, and understand that coping is actually, which is the opposite of thriving, is being at the effect of your life, not at the cause of your life. Okay. So the main key difference here between victim mentality and victor mentality is in victor mentality, you feel like I have a choice and I have a freedom to choose my reality, to do what I need to do, right? I have a preference and I'm allowed to lean into that. I have a choice here. I'm not choiceless. Okay. Now, as a victim, you feel like I have no choice and I'm in survival mode. Okay. So first and foremost, you want to get really honed in and understand what survival means to you. Okay. Because good survival is good health, good relationships, right? A nice bank balance, maybe, perhaps. Okay. You feel secure. You have a nice family. Okay. There's different things going around. And so you got to sometimes get rid of this vibrational angst. Okay. A lot of us experience. Some of us experience a very deep vibrational angst. And that vibrational angst pulls the energy down rather than lifts it up. Okay. I just came from the gym. You know the meme, do you ever lift, bro? I'm going to flip that meme around, guys. I'm going to say, do you ever uplift, bro? You guys like that? Do you ever uplift? Right? Well, yeah, you lift some weights, sure, but do you uplift with that energy that you get? Right? That maintenance, that power, that grace. You can push a bunch of metal all you want, but it's the mentality of the gym that I'm interested in. I'm not interested in moving around some weights. I'm interested in transformation. See what I mean? Yeah, and gratitude. Exactly, Andrea. Gratitude is so, so key in this. There's so much to be grateful for. Because look around the world, right? There's so many people who have it worse off than you. And immediately when I feel down and bad about myself, I'll go through and I'll just notice that, wait a second, like there's things happening around the world right now that are 1,000 times worse than my situation right now. Correct? So that's the thing. Okay. That's the thing. Tetsuo, what's up? That's you. What do you mean that's you? You're a victim or or you're grateful? Which one? Okay. Well, this video is meant to help. Okay. So tap in. You got to sometimes be competitively uncompetitive. Do you guys get what I mean by that? Like, I'm so competitive with my own state of rest. Like when I need to rest, I'll double down on that. I'll just block my calendar, recharge, revitalize, you know? Really. And I want to one up it. That's what I'm saying, competitively uncompetitive, right? I want to one up it. I don't want to leave it there in that little, like, oh, I'll rest a little bit. I'll want to rest even deeper the next time, right? And that's the way my mentality at least works. Okay, so that's cool, man. You're doing different subliminals now. Awesome. Always got to adjust, you know what I mean? You can't keep using the same frameworks because they'll bring you the same results. You got to sometimes look at it from a different approach, brother. You know? You know people who really gossip all the time? You know what's the worst thing about that? Opportunity cost. You know what I mean by that? Like they could have been talking about something so inspiring, and yet they chose to be trivial and petty. right? They could have talked about an idea which could change the planet. Instead, they chose to talk about what their next door neighbor was wearing on Sunday. Okay. And that goes to show you where the level of mentality is really at. You know what I mean? It's like, are you really just a battery for the Matrix? You do exactly what they want? Are you a little bit of a rule breaker, not in the sense of you're a criminal or you're breaking rules, but you're a little bit rebellious in your nature, right? You're the outlaw, you're the outcast. I get it. You're the black sheep of the family. I get it. You're here to give a great mission here. You're here to heal people without trying to commercialize it so much, right? Without trying to like put it up on a pedestal. Okay. And once you get that, I'm not here to be like one of those Wally people, you know. I'm not here to put a. They'll tell me, you know, get in the pod, right? Get in the pod and wear these goggles. Okay. I will tell you no, because I understand that the energy of death is running through people. That's what makes them tap into victim mentality. This is my own perspective, so you can take it with a grain of salt, but this is what I've understood really is the energy of death is killing opportunity cost. The energy of death is essentially an energy where we understand it becomes radioactive to certain people. You get what I mean, guys? So we can inflate it and conflate it and blow it up out of proportion based on just someone who tweeted something, right? From all the years of being righteous, one little tweet drops them down into a cancel culture. Think about it. Unbelievable, right? And I tune out my thoughts, my negative thoughts in my own mind, the same way that I'll tune out negative people in my own life. You see, so what I've observed in coaching a lot of successful individuals is they will kind of drown out the noise. You get what I mean? Like they're so focused on the opportunity cost and the understanding of like giving back and being valuable that they'll actually drown out the negative voices in their own head, which gets transferred onto the external world through negative people and their negative comments or insults. They're trying to bring you down. Like this is the energy of the troll, right? And we've seen it on the live videos here. The trolls, they just pull you in. And what's the worst thing about it is they burn down your own time, right? It's a waste of your time to stay in that victim mentality pity party. Okay? You could be doing something so epic with your time, with your energy, with your voice. Did paid subliminals? Good. People are viewing me positively. Good. Yep. Yeah, man. Listen to giving and loving subliminals. That's good, brother. When you try to dominate the universe pushes you. But when you surrender to the universe gifts you. Hey, that's epic, brother. I'm glad you found that revelation. You got that revelation, right? You were just living and then it got revealed to you, right? That's amazing. Amazing. Okay. That's amazing. Because really, like, I've understood this mentality, bro. It's not about being alpha, right? It's the energy of being the father figure and the little kid at the same time. You get what I mean? Leadership plus vulnerability. And I don't mean vulnerability like I'm going to put my entire heart on my sleeve and tell my life story to everybody that I meet. And no, no. Talking about the little vulnerability of just like, I know my flaws. I'm messed up. It's okay. We're going to get through this, right? We're going to get through this. That's that vulnerability I'm talking about. Hey, a soldier is vulnerable when they go to war, baby. Right? You got to understand this. And we back with Young Hefe. Hey. It's a little astral Netflix series. I love that, bro. That's so epic. Yeah, it's like Gaia TV, right? Well, I had a Gaia subscription. I don't really watch that stuff anymore. I just do my own research nowadays for these videos and so forth, you know? So yeah, man. Good to have young Hefe here. So there's something called safetyism. I don't know if you guys have heard of this, right? It's all for your own safety. They'll do it. They'll do bad things. They'll do crimes. They'll push you down, all for the name of safety. Okay. I mean, we don't have to go there, right? We can just watch it on TV. It's safer. Going there requires, time, money, attention, willpower. Okay. So this is what we do. We could drive a little bit and just go somewhere epic, just next door, but we choose not to. We choose to remain isolated and segregated and away from people, not interacting with others, not sharing our stories. And I think it's so important that we start to really share our stories. And I know the world can be unsafe in certain aspects, but safetyism is an exaggeration, really. Okay. You're living like a bomb sheltered life. You get what I mean? That's a heightened level of anxiety where you can't leave your home. Okay. You're not stepping foot outside your door. Okay. I remember, back in college days, I would just pee in a cup and, just throw it away later in the toilet. Like I wouldn't leave the dorm, right? I was that depressed. I was that low, right? And that's the thing. We've got to understand this energy, okay? It's in the background. This energy is the energy of death running a lot of us. And when we understand that we celebrate funerals, it makes sense to this energy is to bring us down in our consciousness, because what are we doing? We're looking at just serving ourselves. When we get into a victim mentality, we're only serving ourselves. I'm the king of my world, okay? Now, this is very different from main character energy, and I talked about this today, because I think main character energy is like when your consciousness is sparking in a heightened state of consciousness, right? And you're just wired in, and you feel like you're actually the main character, and you're not the cameo in other people's movies, right? A lot of us, we feel that like I'm an extra in somebody else's film, but really, you know, you got your own worldviews and you got your own ideas, man. Right? You got to understand what you resonate with, right? And you got to know that really, because then you're checking your emails and then you get sucked into TikTok or something, right? And as soon as you get sucked into TikTok, you're gonna, you know, get succubus twerking and like, you know, random people like having these bite-sized nuggets of information that just spew it at you. Okay. Now, nothing against TikTok. I love TikTok. TikTok doesn't work in India because of the Chinese government or something like that. But irregardless, like Samba, who's one of my past students, he creates TikToks shouting me out. And so I had a lot of people come into Primal Sutra through him, and he's a security guard for celebrities, guys, right? I can't say too much on that, but this guy, he's top of the top, okay? And he's doing his thing. He's a healer. He's a huge bodybuilder guy, right? Samba, shout out Samba, bro. Okay. And he just reached out to me one day randomly, like, bro, I know you're meant to heal me. I have this intuitive urge or pull that I know you're going to change my life. And guess what? I changed his life. And what did he do? He didn't trust in me. He surrendered to source energy, friends. He noticed something within me that he required within himself, perhaps, and that led to the transformation. Okay. Kings are the greatest servant, as they are the servant of the people as a whole. Kings must be the most selfless, but not self-serving. Yeah. Lord Hanuman is the greatest servant of Lord Ram, and Hanuman is the strongest. That's right, man. Actually, the word service comes from servant, if you don't know, okay? So, yeah, it's very key, very, very powerful anecdote there. I think that's going to help a lot of people, actually. So thank you for sharing that, Tetsuo. Epic. But I just find it weird that, you know, we're going to slowly have like VR in our pupils or something, like that's kind of a scary thought too, you know? But someone with victim mentality, they will like, completely get hyper involved with that, you know? And if you're in that mentality, you're constantly looking for relief from stress, relief from pain, just a quick escape, a quick smoke break, a quick this, a quick that, an instant dopamine hit, right? Instead of riding the wave out, right? Smoothing the wave out of your vibe, not rising and falling, rising and falling. A lot of people I know have mood swings, They're super inspired and then they get super depressed and low, and then they get super inspired again and they get super depressed and low. But if you can start to really maintain like that seasonal shift, you get that, the infraradian rhythm or whatever you call it, right? The seasonal rhythm rather than the circadian rhythm, right? There's a difference. When you can vibe out throughout your day, understanding I have a limited amount of willpower today, I'm going to have to push myself at certain points with the right kind of mentality, the right kind of energy, right? I have to talk to myself like a father figure, but also my inner child at the same time. That's the good combo, okay? So let's not be like concerned mothers always looking out for the safety of our inner child. Let's actually give them the love that they deserve. Let's actually let them shine in their greatest light. Let them make the mistakes and learn so that they can be grown up, mature, and never be the same again. Okay. So let me cook here for a second, guys. So listen up. Don't daydream, live the dream. Daydream with intention, that's visualization. Daydreaming randomly is distraction, is delusion. I want you to be delusionally optimistic, but not just delulu in the sense of toxic positivity. And I think this is a refined nuance here, right, guys? The mainstream narrative is you're depressed, you're depressed, you're depressed, you're low in your energy, right? Blah, 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 blah. That's what they're pummeling at you. What did Carl Jung say? I'm going to read out a Carl Jung quote right now. Really listen to this. I got this from Harsh. Shout out to Lovey. Okay, we call him Lovey. That's his nickname. He's one of my family friends, you could say. Close cousins, you could say. Okay, friends. Shout out to Harsh, man. He shared this Instagram reel with me just yesterday, I think, or no, a few days. Maybe a couple months back, actually. Sometimes I don't check, my messages. This is what he shared. This is by Carl Jung, okay? Depression is not necessarily pathological. It often foreshadows a renewal of the personality or a burst of creative activity. There are moments in human life when a new page is turned. Okay? That's amazing. Hold on, guys. I'm going to share this. I'm going to share this in the Telegram group so people can tap in. Let's pin this, pin and notify members. All right, let's go. Great, Andrea. Yeah, that's awful though. I hope you heal and get better from that. But yeah, thank you for taking accountability for your actions. I'm sure it was not entirely your fault, but let's yeah. I mean, you could blame gravity, right? Yeah. Yeah. Fuck you, gravity. Right? Just as I said that, a hawk, a black kite flew past my window. So there's Haru here. Haru! What do you have to tell us, Haru? What do you have to tell us, Haru? Ah, Haru is saying, what is it about your particular character in this life that excites people, that gets people going, right? That makes people move with the energy. Because understand this, guys, a lot of people they pray and it's kind of like a wishful thinking towards God, right? You're separate from it, trying to make, a connection. It's like trying to contact ET is how people pray. You guys get this? A prayer is a primer. It's supposed to bring you into the vibration of what you truly desire. So think about this. For a prayer, you have to use your imagination. To imagine is to create an image, image, I mage, right? I magician. Forgiveness, if used in the prayer properly and correctly, is an image of you forgiving that person and them glowing or something, right? Or a halo around their head. And that's a fulfilled prayer. Now that's a prayer that has a full stop to it. And that's a very powerful primer. We have different prayers. I and all sentient beings choose to Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Right? We have it in our Vajrayana practice too, right? And the reason why we do this is, first of all, we're going for refuge, right? So it's like we're going inwards, we're actually creating this vibe, this frequency, so that we can meditate, right? So the prayer is like the little emotional spike or the frequency raiser that allows you to meditate properly because now you have the energy of the prayer fulfilled, just like living as the wish fulfilled. You get what I mean? So, we're talking about victim mentality, but now I'm just going all over the place. So if you have any questions, type it in the chat, bro. When you change your state, it changes your outcome, right? Which then changes your income. The soul has to keep evolving, though. Your soul can't go backwards into a state. It just has to become a newer version of that state, right? So the energy always has to move forward, right? Samsara has to keep spinning. The planets have to spin on an axis, right? And that's just the energy. But human beings, what are we pulled by, guys? We're pulled by imagery. We're pulled by images constantly. Our thoughts are images for a lot of us, especially visual learners, okay? It's the reptile brain. The reptilian or reptile brain immediately pulls the images, the advertisements, the graphics of this all. So the image yanks you around like a dog on a chain. But you remember, you got that dog in you. Okay? And these images are so interwoven with the soul. You know why? Because the imagination is the interface between mind, body, spirit. It's like the dashboard in this thing. You guys get that? The dashboard of your consciousness is imagination. That's what you can change your mind through imagination. You can change your body through imagination, and you can change your soul through imagination. I 100% believe that because that's all I've been doing since day one. Because really think about it. The source splits. If you are everything, you have to separate to know thyself. And so you come into this world in this random vessel. I was given this one, kind of handsome vessel. Okay. Shout out to my mom and dad for their awesome genetics. Okay. Everything is not complete without nothing. Nothing is not complete without everything. So if you try wake-induced lucid dreaming, you will notice that you pass through this like white light. Some of you guys might have experienced this. You pass through this white light, and it's quite similar to those LED lamps that you get for seasonal affective disorder, like the white bright lights. Or it's like when you sun gaze, maybe some of you guys have sun gazed before when the sun is setting and the sun is rising, that little liminal space, and you just kind of look, or you close your eyes and you just, you get that brightness, right, in your eyes, that sharp sense of, well, it's a selflessness. So you will pass through a white veil of forgetting, in a sense. And then you're tossed into the experience of the dream. And this is what we know in sensory deprivation or, isolation tanks or white room torture. They start hearing voices, right? So hypnagogic and hypnopompic, these are very scientific terms, okay? By saying those little light flickers that you get when you wake up and when you go to sleep. So learn to stay awake while being very relaxed. This is the key here, guys, okay? ASMR, okay? Use hypnosis, use theta healing, whatever you can, right? Try to go as deep as you can, as well as remain aware. If you cannot sun gaze, get an SAD lamp if you live in like Sweden or something, okay? Or you're like in the Arctic or something like that. You don't have a lot of sunlight, or in the UK, mate. It's always dingy. Why is it so fucking gloomy every day? Okay. Get a seasonal affective disorder, the SAD lamp. Okay. Sad lamp. I don't want a sad lamp. I want a happy lamp. Okay. You need a timer in your dream as well. So sometimes swallowing can be a timer. Okay. That could be a timer. Diaphragmatic breathing could be a timer. Belly going in and out. That's a timer. You checking if this is a dream or not, timer. Where my ring's at, right? Or something. Or, switching a light switch on and off. There's many things that we can do, right? So meditation is like a spiritual control skill that's helping you to ground but also ascend at the same time. Okay, really important, really key. And you need a strong root chakra, strong primal nature to feel secure enough to lucid dream, because you have to overcome the fear of death. Because once you go into that white light, you lose memory. It's like an amnesia that you get, and you don't even know that you're you. You're just a consciousness in the dream world at times. Now, sometimes you're like, you have a sense of I in the dream, and sure, but in lucid dreaming, oftentimes you'll get this very, very powerful, state of mind. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Let's go through the comments. I've been doing a lot of numerology work, discovering the origins of this body. Man, the divine has a way to discover your own prophecies through this journey we call life. Absolutely, bro. There's a reason like Jesus is mentioned 777 times in the Bible, and like numerology is amazing. It's just you have to know how to use it properly, right? We have a particular way that we use numerology at Primal Sutra, and it's very specific for our path working. However, we notice there's a lot of overlaps between the mainstream understandings of numerology and our system as well. We just get it from our guides, right? And so we've just kind of compartmentalized it according to that. But yeah, man, like, even these numbers like 11, 22, 33, these are all like final steps, right? As you understand it. Like 11 is a portal, and then it's like 33 is a master builder, right? And so it's like once you really get it, you really get it. Ryan G's turning 33, the Saturn return, right? So that's gonna change him. He's gonna be a changed man. I can already tell. Okay. Yeah, numerology is epic. Just don't be one of those numerology, those grifters. Okay. Just don't grift with your numerology. Okay. My numbers are 555. Okay. What does that mean? Okay. I'm not like some kind of a astrologer. Okay. Astronomer, maybe in the astral world. Okay. But don't look at me like some kind of psychic. This is not a party trick. This is a lifestyle. I'm a shaman, right? I'm a mystic. Are you a Buddhist? Are you a Christian? I'm a mystic. Okay. I think it's important that we take back our power of our language and our words too, right? Our words distract, our words are swords or wards. They ward away different things. There's spells, spelling, right? So what kind of magical spells are you casting on yourself? By talking bad about yourself, by victim blaming, by self-loathing, right? All of these different ways that you're putting spells on yourself and you're staying in that. So now it's time to really create the most epic spells, the most high level enchantment for your own life by speaking into your reality a positive upward spiral mentality. We can do it. Everybody wins with us. Let's go. No one's left behind. Okay, everybody. Hey, Noah, get all the animals on the boat. No animals left behind. Let's go, buddy. Yo, let's get it. That's the energy, right? Let's go, baby. Let's go. You can't stop this. Nobody can. We're juggernauts in July. We're juggernauts. You can't stop us. You think you can stop us? That's ridiculous, right? That's the energy. So really tap into this, guys. It's so powerful when you can tap into this energy. Binaural beats, isochronic tones and frequency cause me headaches, so I don't listen to them. Ah, yeah, you're meant to listen to those very low volume, brother, like barely audible. You're not supposed to listen to them super loud. And if it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you. You know, you got to take what works for you ultimately. You know, you got to find your own way, your own tech, your own superpowers in this video game. For me personally, binaural beats saved my life. I was in a very deep crisis of only in beta brainwaves all the time. I couldn't access alpha or that relaxed wakefulness. So I just listened to alpha waves, you know, once in a while to get myself to calm down and breathe, you know, relax, or even listen to delta waves before sleep sometimes, because I used to have really bad insomnia. I still do. These melatonin gummies really help, though. You know, I'm more of a night owl, I would say. That's why I do my channelings at nighttime here, in my time, past midnight, right? For you guys, it's like maybe if you're in the US, it's like the afternoon or something, right? Or the morning. But yeah, really powerful, guys. Okay, really, really powerful. Please do not look directly at the sun. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Literally burn a hole in your vision. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I'm not saying sun gazing is like don't looking directly at the sun. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying when the sun is setting and it's like very faint, that sun, very good for you. And when it's rising, that little sun, you know, where you can barely see it. It's almost like faint. It's not like sharp, right? Directly in your eyes, you know? Um, you know. But again, I just like to do that and then I close my eyes so I don't look directly at it, you know? I'll just close it and I'll get the vibes, I'll get the white light downloads and the instructions from some of my guides, and then I'll come, you know, I'll feel alive again, you know? But yeah, let's see here. I've been gifted healing during a lucid dream. Wow. But I only spontaneous lucid dream like channeling. It happens when it happens. That's amazing. That's really cool. I know certain people that can do energy work in dreams. Yeah. They can like see the energies within the dream realm. It's kind of cool to be able to do that, you know? Why should we limit ourselves to only this reality? It's like, what if you live lifetimes in Rome or something in a lucid dream? That's kind of cool, right? It's like you're living double a life. I think that's really dope, actually, if you master it. But yeah, I've also sometimes spontaneously done it. And the way I see it is honestly like you've got to really prime yourself for it, right? You got to really believe that you're a lucid dreamer and embed it into your mind. I once listened to this like lucid dream emulator on YouTube. It's like a pink, it's like a purple one where a dude is flying. You guys can maybe find it. Yo, I listened to that one and I imagine I was like floating through my college dorm, like flying, right? People were like, "Whoa, what is he doing? Where's he going?" And I just flew out of the college campus, like I was like, "Wee!" Right? I was like floating up. I felt like a dragon, bro. Straight up. It was awesome. It was amazing, actually. Lucid dreaming is awesome. There's like certain herbs that you can take for it too, lion's mane or like, what do you call it? Vervain root or whatever it's called. Uh, velvet root. What was it called? There's like a bunch of supplements that help with it. I don't used to do that. I don't really do that nowadays. I used to take so many supplements, bro. That too. Back in the days, you should have seen my supplement drawer. It was like giant, right? Omega 3s, this other thing that I'm taking, this other thing I'm taking. Nowadays, just shilajit and coffee, bro. It's like, it's like, what else do I really need? I'm just overdoing it at a certain point. You know what I mean? As an adult, you get more responsibilities. When you're younger, you can like kind of experiment around with stuff, but then you got to find your own vibe, man. You got to find your own thing and then just move with it. Young Hefe says, dude, tell me about it. Never abuse the divine tools as those same tools can abuse you. Yeah. I notice using frequency tunes helps my manifestation rate go through the roof. Yeah, bro. Ooh, by the way, I have a special hack for that if you guys are interested in listening. You guys know the Terrence Howard thing, right? And I discovered the hydrogen atoms. He discovered basically Walter Russell's periodic table, which is basically associated with different octaves. So each different element of the periodic table has a different sound to it. So the sound of E or hydrogen, if you listen to that and you look at a specific symbol, it's called it's like a trying. Maybe I can share the image. I think I downloaded it the other day. Yeah, so it sort of just looks like this. You guys get what I mean? So by looking at this and playing hydrogen frequency and envisioning that it's a part of the water in your own body, you're just basically merging with the element through the sound. And then now you envision the manifestation of love, forgiveness, peace, positivity, gratitude, whatever else, right? With this. And I did this the other day, and today I feel incredible, actually, you know? So there's something to it, this kind of manifestation tech that he's sharing. There's an article on medium.com that talks about this. If you guys want, I can also send that over to you if you're interested. So yeah, really, really powerful, guys. There's new tech always coming alive and online, and we just gotta share it, with the community. We're also getting the Vajra Dragon Yoga that we're conducting. It's basically charisma yoga or Riz yoga, and getting really crystal clear on it and the processes. It's almost done, guys. Just give me a little bit more time. I'm gonna get it. Okay, it's 222 right now. Let's go. Feminine healing. Can already tell that, you know, um, it's important. It's important for me to say that because after that yoga, you're also going to give yourself a revitalization. Like you're really going to help your chakras to befriend each other. The little meridians and nadis between the chakra points are going to feel so good. Okay, it's going to be like a super highway. That's my intention, at least. So let's hope for the best and give me all the positive energy that you can so we can create this epic yoga program and help the planet, essentially, you know, with this. I think it's so powerful, this tech. And I'm getting it directly through a lot of different deities, including Nagaraja, including the Dragon King, including a lot of the other, the Padmasambhava, his energy, Guru Rinpoche, as you know. So yeah, a lot of powerful energies coming together. I'm collaborating with those energies. I'm classifying it and creating certain movements that help you to combine not only qigong, yoga, paida laijin, just like all sorts of tech together to create this beautiful blend of feeling alive, feeling vital, you know, feeling like a dragon as you wake up, like, I'm ready to go, right? That kind of energy. Sometimes we wake up with a really like groggy, sleepy type of like, and then, you know, we go back to sleep, right? We hit snooze for the 11th time. But what if you just wake up feeling sharp, man? You know that feeling when you just wake up and you're just like, ding, the sim has activated, right? Like your video game character is like already just like, you know, maybe does some push-ups or maybe just like does some weird dance moves, right, in front of the mirror or something. But you know the energy is different if you just get up and start working. You don't even need a morning routine anymore after a while because you've done that before, right? Or maybe you haven't. If you haven't done a morning routine, continuously try it out and then hardwire it into your system. After a while, you'll feel like, I don't really need this anymore. Like the time was there for me to do it, and now time has evolved, and now there's a different rendition of it. There's always a newer version of it, right? So just because you've done cold showers when you were like a teenager, now you don't do them as an adult. Don't let that, you know, dissuade you or something, right? Always find another way, another path, another rendition, something that truly resonates. Maybe you're not meant to be like that. You get what I mean? Like, if you're really super overweight and you're happy like that and you're living like that, then by all means be like that, right? I know I'm meant to be in a very specific body type. That's my most authentic self, actually, is to be very light in my body, very fluid, very muscular, you know, sharp, but also very fluid, very light, you know, easy on my toes. So that's the thing, you know. Thank you, Andrea. Appreciate it. Vervain is good. Yeah, Valerian root. That was the one. Yeah, mugwort. Yeah. You know all about that. Fantastic. Uh, sun gazing using the third eye. Yes. Absolutely. Use your chakras to do it. I like to combine my heart chakra, my navel chakra, and my third eye together to order to really move energy around, right? Because this is your will or your intention, your navel, your solar plexus, right? Your heart is the feeling, the mind is the attention that you put on it. Right? The third eye is like the attention point, like the focus, the zooming in, right? So with these three, you kind of like cluster them into one chakra. Like you imagine your third eye, your heart, and your solar plexus meeting all into one. And then using this kind of like plasma beam type of energy, you can then, you know, maybe clear up your crown, right? Maybe you can use it to clear up some of the gunk or residue in the stomach. Maybe you need to, you know, you feel mucousy or you need to purge or whatever, or you need to, you know, whatever. Like you can use this energy to move it. Now, sometimes I feel like the energy is too much. Do some of you guys experience this? It's like my chakras are exploding, bro, right? So much energy, so much libido, so much, you know, power within me. Then you just got to ground yourself back down, right? And then you need grounding energies, grounding practices which stabilize you, right? Replenish, bring it back down. So you can create that nice base for things to grow, you know? So, yeah, man, a lot of people just derp around on their social media feeds, not even knowing they can follow very inspirational people. You know what I mean? You know what? I learned something the other day from one of my deities. It's very powerful, actually. Very powerful download. So in Vajrayana, they have a different chakra system, and they actually start from the heart. So they start with a hung, Hung, like hung. So it's the Padmasambhava chant or the Guru Rinpoche mantra, right? Oh, a lot of people say Omahum, Hum, but the real power is in the hung. It's like a hook that goes up with the kind of vibration with it. So the usually what do we say for the heart? Yam, right? YAM. That's the beach mantra for the heart. So you start with your heart chakra and your heart beats in a specific kind of way. Therefore, your heart leads to breath through position and breathing. You manage the heart. The root, I think there's 4 chakras. So it's like tung. So it's almost like a breath, right? So even the hung is like a breath, right? Om, another breath. Now, the crown, remember, isn't OM, Om. It's AUM. So it's Aum, right? So a lot of people knowing these little techniques are so helpful, right? Are so helpful. I mean, I know people who've even tried doing like the gateway experience and stuff. Wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, and they try to like, see themselves in the astral and doing lots of weird stuff like that. I'm a sacral chakra path working, so I always know that like, listen, I gotta make this sexy. I gotta make this feel good to me, right? I gotta understand how this pleasure isn't temporary, but it's a long-lasting happiness that I'm working towards, right? I want to understand how I can activate that creativity because I create my experience with my sacral chakra, right? So everybody has a chakra dominant path, right? And I think if you can double down on your most dominant chakra, the one that really works for you, supports you, and double down on it and make your life, right? An example of, look at around me, man. Look, chakra, joyful sensuality. Got this from Bali, okay? Coconut oil, clary sage, marjoram, cedar wood, cinnamon, patchouli, tangerine essence oils. I place this on my abdomen, right? A few inches below my navel where my sacral chakra is. I'm going to show you this other one. I've made my life Swadhisthana, sweet as sugar, baby. Okay, it's a mist. So I just mist myself up all I want, right? Put it on my face, put it on my altar, charge everything with that energy. Why not? Okay. Now, I've also been getting a lot of matches on the dating app Boo. Okay, because it seems to me that introverts like me more. Okay, I have the Sigma energy or something. I don't know. I match more on there. Um, so I just matched with someone today, and I realized like when you get weird responses from people, like you have to not mentally care about petty shit, right? As a stoic warrior monk, you cannot be caring about that. Okay. You're going to have to bring yourself back down into your own world, into your own reality, right? Now I'm understanding, like I sleep on the floor, right, guys? Not very riz of me, I know. But if a girl ever comes here, I know that it's going to be comfortable because I feel comfortable, right? Maybe she's associated with the comfort of her own bed, but having a good smelling room, having a good temperature, cold enough to cuddle, hot enough to remove clothing. Okay. And also, you just hand them the remote. Because I have a projector on my ceiling, right, guys? So on my ceiling, I watch like different movie scenes or like I do character development every single day, right? I was watching KGF Tetsuo. Amazing movie. Absolutely. I love that scene where he takes the other guy's hand and he just goes, that's his own hair. That's Bollywood maxing to the, I mean, I'm just Bollywood maxing every day now, You just give her the remote. Put me onto something that you like to watch. Okay. Now listen, my archetype is Fae. So you got to understand they're probably going to watch something like Winx Club or like some weird stuff like that, right? But hey, water, snacks, right? Yo, if you can make someone comfortable enough to not mind sleeping in that particular location, it's like, yo, KGF. Yeah. Whenever there's an energy surplus, I make sure to give away the good vibrations to my fellow humans. Oh, that's amazing. The cup overfloweth, right? Oh, amazing. You just give it out. That's a great idea too, when the energy is too much. Dang. I didn't think of that in the moment. Thank you, young Hefe. Tetsuo says, when I was young, the Buddhist lamas in Nepal, holy place, Swayambhunath, my hometown, used to chant Om Mani Padme Hum. Yeah. Yeah, the Sanskrit pronunciation is Om Mani Padme Hum. Yep. 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 I've known that the original is more powerful, brother. Like I know Sanskrit, of course, Sanskrit is powerful. It's a powerful language, of course, but there's something to the vibrations of that. The Tibetan or the Pali, the language, right? The vibrations of that so powerful, man. There's something to that for sure. Because I know, right? Just sounds better to me, at least. I don't know why. It's just personal thing, maybe. Okay. Yeah, Andrea says she feels it too. Energy pulsing through the chakras. It's like a Kundalini explosion. Exactly. You feel so much energy in your heart space, so much energy it like goes to the different chakras and just sets up home there, right? Sets up shop there. And then you're like, wait a second, I gotta move this up to my throat so I can actually speak this out, or I have to like transmute this, or I have to like give it out, like Yemhepe is saying, right? Um, but yeah, it's powerful. When you're on this process, you really got to feel through your energy centers and understand that there's a specific level of a maintenance that you gotta ride the wave of your own chakras in a way. You got to be a chakra surfer in a way. Heard a silver surfer? We're chakra surfers here, right? Straight up. And we're the land swimmers, right? Others, swimming instructors would tell you to swim in the water. We're swimming on land, baby. Why? Because we're in the zone. We're in the flow state every single moment. We're just so tapped in our momentum, working towards ourselves, you know? And I say working towards ourselves because, hey, we're letting ourselves go, really, when we're in the zone, right? We're not trying to be this personality. We just are, right? We're just being. And that's dev, right? That's quite lady. Okay. Yes. Their whole language Tibetan is to make the sound as deep as possible and truly resonate. Yep. No. Yeah, like the throat singers, right? The Mongolian, the Tibetan throat singing is also so powerful. Right? You just get immediately into that primal, vibration, and you just feel it in your chest. You're right, like you feel it in your bones. You feel it through, right? You're like shaking as you're listening to some of that stuff. I know because hey, I was probably Tibetan in a past life, to be honest with you, bro. Like, there's no way I could have found this path. Like my dad teaching this stuff, there's no way. I must have done amazing things in my past lives to deserve this life. I'm so privileged, right? Parents are both doctors. They have their flaws. I'm not going to deny that. Of course, we all have our, shortcomings and stuff. But bro, I'm blessed. So blessed. And cannot begin to tell you like how much I've been taking that for granted at times, you know? But it's such a blessing. And I know my guides are here for me, you know? Native American chants are also very primal. Absolutely. So I work with this tiger, Native American tiger energy, which is associated with my root chakra, the Muladhara. And his name is Chief Deno. So when I channel him, all I say is Deno. Right? That's the energy of me accessing my root. Okay. Deno is freedom, actually. That's the energy of it. Because it kind of sounds like owned backwards, but it has no owner. It's an energy, it's a frequency that I tap into, right? And Deno is there, it's associated with the tiger energy for me. Because and if you know the national animal of India is the tiger, right? The Royal Bengal tiger. And when I was a kid, I used to love Calvin and Hobbes. Oh snap! I think I'm late for work, guys. So in the zone, so in the zone. Okay. All right, guys. Let's get it today. Upward spiral gang. May we never be the same again.